What's going on, guys? It is Welsh Dragon DSG here, and welcome back to another FIFA 18 video. This is actually the fourth FIFA 18 video that I've uploaded in the last 12 hours. So I want to go check out the previous three if you have missed them. I did do a full recap and live reaction to the news that EA released at EA Play at E3. I also talked quite in depth about the immersive atmospheres that EA actually been speaking about, one of the main features for FIFA 18. And then of course there were some leaked images for the new foot icons that EA are going to be releasing on Monday. EA did say they are releasing 4. This image does have 5 in, so its legitimacy is kind of weakened, but it is good to actually have a think about because a few of these will possibly be quite popping up. I've seen an image as well of actually Ronaldinho being on just on his own, like Ronaldo, the exact same graphics design, very similar to what they've already released. So possibly we do have 4 of them will be released, and possibly 1 will be fake out of that complete image. So we are very close to it. But guys, make sure you go check out those videos. I'll put the links in the description below. But today we're actually going to be talking about the journey quite in depth about a lot of things. So we are going to be talking about all the information that EA's released. There's been a lot of news outlets, for example, like Footed, discussing actually journey on a larger scale. They've put ideas forward. They've got the play test. And I'm going to be kind of reporting all that information to you that's just been released. They've kind of just been released from embargo for it, and I've so many foots, such as Footwiz, also, I can't remember now, Foot Central, I think it is, they've been releasing this information. So anyway, right guys, let's talk about the journey. Are you excited for it? I am a little bit. I was really excited for it last year. I really enjoyed it. I was fortunate enough to actually play test it last year. And play it very early, and I really enjoyed it. I got really excited for it, but one of the downsides for me is that it wasn't long enough. But that could be one of the reasons why I'm actually excited for it this year. I really don't know. It could be, it could not be. But anyway, right, let's have a quick look at some of the stuff which EA are actually going to be addressing in the journey this year. But at the moment, it looks really exciting. There's more places that he's going to be traveling. There's a lot more teams that you can potentially join. For example, one of the big questions that actually popped up regarding teams was that, like, what's the story going to be based around? And by the looks, Hunter will have the option to join 3 teams. The battle between Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, and of course actually Real Madrid. We see Ronaldo, we see Griezmann, we see Müller praising the young Englishman to actually join his team. So it reminds me of very much of the Goal film franchise. Actually reminds me very much of that. But I'm very much looking forward to it, and I think it will be a great storyline. But it'll be interesting to see how it actually goes. But anyway, let's jump into this, the journey. So customization was the big thing. So one aspect a lot of people actually spoke about was that there wasn't actually much customization, but EA have actually addressed this in FIFA 18 with the ability to actually change Hunter's hairstyle. You can be a bit more out there with the likes of Pogba, with the number in his hair. Hunter's name is actually shaved, can be shaved into his head as well. This is from what I'm actually reporting. You can change his wardrobe, his shoes, his boots. You can even get tattoos on him. So we are turning basically a proper customization, a proper, the stuff that we want really. Be like, you know what, this is what I want. This is what I want to make this me, essentially, but be Hunter. And you can actually do this now. But unfortunately, whilst it's also good that customization has been added, we won't be seeing much more than that. So that's kind of it. Whether something at the start you kind of stuck with, whether it's that, we don't actually know. So kind of like with GTA, we kind of, when you make GTA Online, you make your character, you actually can't change him. You're stuck with it. At the start, you just change his clothes and that type of thing. Maybe this is going to be the exact same with like your hairstyle, certain clothing that you wear, certain facial features, tattoos, that type of thing. But you might be able to actually change your shoes, your clothing, that type of thing. But unfortunately, maybe it is unknown at the moment. You wouldn't actually be able to change your tattoos and that type of thing. To be honest, like tattoos, fair enough. Hairstyles, I think you should change because that's something you can actually change. There's no reason for it not to change. I would say maybe you have to change it. At least you can only change it like once a month, maybe something down those lines. I really don't know. That's what kind of my thoughts is. That would be a nice addition, but there is still no known information on whether you can actually change that just yet. So EA recently actually promised a bit more of a bigger cast in Journey when Hunter actually returns. As you can actually see, it's actually covered quite a bit in the trailer. You'll be able to see that you've got the likes of Ronaldo's in there, Griezmann's actually in it. These world-class celebrities or famous footballers, no one in the real world will be actually featuring in this game more often, which is pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with that. We got like some Muller, Pep Guardiola as well. Also, along with a number of footballers, EA also brought in a phase with like celebrities and that type of stuff. More than once in their presentations before, so maybe we'll see this a bit more in FIFA 18. Also, there was quite a lot of speculation last year that will Hunter actually go to multiplayer? Will there be a co-op feature? Actually, EA confirmed that they will be working to get a local multiplayer feature into the Journey, whether it's actually in this one or a future one. So basically a player can actually jump in as a single player on another team as you progress, so which would be pretty cool. So we got kind of that going on there as well. So possibly multiplayer will happen in the Journey this year, or even in FIFA 19. I think it's more of a FIFA 19 thing, if I'm honest, but we won't see any more of this information, if I'm truthfully honest, until Gamescom. I really don't think we will. I think that's the time that we'll actually see more information. Then after that, it's kind of everything gets released there, and then we'll see some more gameplay and stuff in the near future after that. But I think Gamescom is when you'll actually see some more stuff. But anyway, more locations. So it's massive. So we was very limited to where we was actually playing and whatnot in FIFA 17. So, but actually this year have promised that you see a lot more locations. You actually see in the trailer, which you'll see going on in the background as well every so often in this video, that you see more locations. I'm going to just read this word for word right now, just so it's easier for you guys to understand. As seen in the trailer, the transfer market will clearly feature heavily for Hunter, as such as EA promise a much bigger world of football to play in. The Journey in FIFA 17 offered only one league to start in, but in FIFA 18 more locations will be available, as EA have been on tour, scanning more managers, including the Liga, certain such as Zidane. And they look great apparently, which is turns up to be more locations available across the globe for Alex Hunter to actually explore, which is massive, if I'm truthfully honest, because I think when you kind of set to one league, after a little while it does get a little boring. So that kind of needs to be sorted, and I think it's actually sorted now, and I think that'll be massive. So whether, I think one of the big things now in this is that if you haven't played the Journey in FIFA 17, can you restart in FIFA 18? I think that's kind of one of the big questions now, thinking about this. Or do you have to play completely of FIFA 17 to understand where you are in 18 and where you are in 19? We'll see with that though. Okay, now moving on to another topic, which is goals and targets. So the Journey will have a new system checking your progress with actually Hunter, including some smaller stuff to work on. The mode will be broken down into 6 individual chapters. Each one will have its own targets to tick off as you work through the story. Examples given: take 10 shots on target across a short period of time, win a pre-season tour. So it's kind of objectives like that. So whether these objectives will actually feed into Hunter's statistics progress and how they actually improve quite well, we don't know just yet, but EA will hopefully expand more on this at Gamescom. I think Gamescom in the near future, if I'm truthfully honest, I think they will expand that a little bit more. But with I think that's the time. I keep saying that again. I've reported it again and again. I honestly think that's when we will see more information, because I think on Monday now, on June 12th, tomorrow, we'll see the FUT icons be revealed, and then I think we'll be having to wait until July, August for more information now. But anyway, right, okay, let's move on to the story. Whilst EA, I want to read this word for word because I haven't actually read over it yet. So, whilst EA neutrally want to keep focus on the story under wraps, so they did promise we'll see more ways person's decision, key choices will lead to story to have big branches. They also confirmed that there would be new playable characters. Also, whilst Alex Hunter will be in front and at the centre, he won't be the only person we play as. That final thing is huge, I think, because a lot of people will love following the story of Alex Hunter, but I think a lot of people will also find it boring. So introducing more characters and everything will be massive. So that means you can actually play as multiple characters now, which I think is huge, which I'm really, really looking forward to, and I think that's really, really exciting. But guys, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of all this information I just gave to you? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited to see Alex Hunter now back in the spotlight, or would you want to try a new playable character? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you excited for all this news and that's actually going out at the moment from E3 for FIFA 18? But anyway, let's have a quick breakdown now of what we've actually just spoke about. So FIFA 18, the journey, Hunter returns. The more features, we got customization, including hairstyles, tattoos, and clothing. Bigger cast, more footballers, celebrities, managers. A bigger world of football to play in as well, so that's more countries. 6 chapters this time out with individual goals, personalised decisions, more branches and paths. New playable characters, which I think is really big, and also there's potential local multiplayer, which could be really, really cool. So anyway, guys, that's it. Hopefully there'll be some twists and turns for FIFA 18 with the journey. I'm really looking forward to it. I honestly cannot wait. I want to say thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. How do you think it will go? Do you think the journey is actually going to be good this year? Do you think it's going to be even better? Do you think they're actually going to improve? So guys, I want to say thanks for watching. Make sure you do hit that like button. Of course, don't forget to subscribe for plenty more FIFA 18 content. There will be a couple more videos actually going up. I got my board right here, which is quite pathetic actually, with how much is on there. But we got a few more videos that will actually be going up today. So I'm just going to try and get all this information out to you as well. And of course, I've got game faces for you, so I'm going to be reporting that, guys. So that'll be up at 3 PM today. So guys, make sure you check that out, or a little earlier, and I'll see you next time. But guys, thanks for watching, and bye bye.
I do it for the love, yes I do. So you don't care about the money, well yes it's true. And I'm so blessed to be fulfilling my destiny. All material things could mean less to me. Only thing I ever could need is a Sarah B sample with a dope ass beat. And get the mic check, all the levels right.